A quiet coffee shop operates on a strict, unwritten social contract. We agree to keep voices down, respect personal space, and maintain polite decorum. That peace shatters when someone decides to weaponize it. In one particular cafe, a man caught cheating on his girlfriend decided to go on the offensive. Instead of apologizing, he raised his voice, betting that the quiet environment would keep her subdued. His list of offenses was specific. He deflected his infidelity by mocking her dating history. He claimed she should be grateful he dated her at all. And to cap it off, he flatly refused to return the 300,000 won, roughly $225, she had loaned him. He was running a calculated play. He assumed the social pressure of a quiet public space would protect him. If she caused a scene, she would look like the unstable one. To shut the argument down, he leaned across the table, put his face inches from hers, and offered a toxic bluff. He told her if she was so mad, she should just hit him and get it over with. This flowchart breaks down the psychological trap he set. If she chooses physical retaliation, she becomes the public aggressor, risking legal and social ruin. If she chooses inaction, she tacitly accepts his abuse and forfeits her money. Every patron within earshot was forced to listen to this dynamic play out. The tension in the room spiked as the captive audience watched a cornered victim try to navigate a lose-lose scenario. The man's bluff relied entirely on asymmetry. He knew she was physically smaller and socially paralyzed by the setting, making his dare perfectly safe. Or so he thought. The girlfriend found a third option. She bypassed his trap completely by turning to a random bystander sitting at the next table and calmly asked him to punch her boyfriend for her. This sketch illustrates the sheer absurdity of what happened next. The bystander didn't hesitate. He immediately stood up, cracked his knuckles, and began calculating the optimal angle and force for a devastating swing. The boyfriend froze. His tightly controlled psychological trap had instantly converted into a highly unpredictable physical threat from a complete stranger. By introducing a proxy variable, the girlfriend broke the confines of their private dispute. She tapped into the room's collective annoyance, giving the public a direct outlet for their frustration. Before the first bystander could strike, a massive, heavily muscled man stood up from another table and walked over, interrupting the wind-up. The muscle guy tapped the first bystander on the shoulder and politely asked, "Student, can you yield that to me?" He paired perfect Korean honorifics with overwhelming physical intimidation. Then a woman at a nearby table chimed in. She told the group her brother was a provincial champion boxer training in the gym right downstairs, offering to fetch him to act as the final boss. This network graph tracks how fast the threat scaled. A single target is rapidly surrounded by expanding, heavier nodes, from the first bystander, to the muscle guy, to the provincial boxer. The boyfriend's audacity had triggered a spontaneous transfer of hitting rights. The passive observers were gone, replaced by a highly organized, community-driven vigilante operation. The cafe patrons began casually debating among themselves, weighing who deserved the honor of delivering the most devastating punch. The boyfriend's autonomy was completely erased from the conversation. His tough guy facade evaporated. Realizing he was outmatched by the entire room, he started trembling and frantically begging the newly formed mob for mercy. This glowing screen confirms his immediate surrender. He instantly transferred the owed 300,000 won back to his girlfriend, right before the muscle guy delivered an agreed-upon singular smack to the back of his head. The sudden application of democratized force shattered his leverage entirely. Faced with a united crowd, total capitulation was his only move. The boyfriend grabbed his pride and fled the scene. The tension in the cafe instantly dissolved, and the patrons seamlessly went back to sipping their lattes. His initial strategy carried a fatal flaw. He assumed the polite rules of public spaces existed solely to protect the aggressor from retaliation. But extreme, shameless audacity in a shared environment acts as a catalyst. Push people hard enough, and strangers will temporarily unionize to enforce order. Weaponizing public decorum is a dangerous gamble. Corner a victim in plain sight, and you might find she successfully outsources your punishment to the crowd.